Hello again in the crypto world. Finally, we're back in the studios from our long trip of working on selling our investment for our mining farm. But today I want to tell you something very important that you need to know. Don't purchase any more deeper HNT miners. Stop. These guys are in trouble. Let's talk about it right now. Hey, it sure is good to be back in the studios here in South America. We're at least here for a week or 10 days or so. Then we're going to get back to our project so that we can sell that property before the Fed rates rise and interest rates rise on mortgages, lowering our ability to sell one property to buy another to build our crypto mining farm. And we were approved by the city already to put our panels on where our GPUs are located now. The majority of them, and then that's all going to move with us to our new crypto mining farm. But I'm not going to talk about that today. I want to talk about something really important. Look, stop for a minute. Stop. Do not. I recommend do not. Now, you do what you want to do. This is what we decided today, and actually we're asking to get our money back. Deeper is in some deep trouble right now. And I want to go through that with you. Talking about, you know, they got approved back in January of this year. If we go onto the screen, we can see they got approved here in January. Our This Is Huge man, who runs out there and tells us about everything that's out there. Kind of I'm gonna call him one of our FOMO YouTubers. Probably a nice guy and all, but showing the approval of Deeper by Helium. Now that was in January. Now we have something else that comes up I want to go through with you here. They came up with the committee announcement, right, that comes out here. Let's look at this. On the 5th of April, today, a case was brought to the MOC, right, okay, the committee, regarding Deeper Networks, their proof of coverage security working group, et cetera, et cetera. This is a community-led group of proof of coverage security experts focused on networks integrity and ensuring fair distribution of rewards. Okay, that's what this whole group does. This official, this community, official Helium community. Now, this oversight community. On the basis of the MOC, the Manufacturer Oversight Committee, they adopted emergency resolution to suspend Deeper Network onboarding key for alleged violations of manufacturer ethics rules regarding responsible deployment of the hotspots on the Helium network. Now, that's what we want to go into talk a little bit about. Okay, so the Manufacturer Oversight Committee then will held this hearing on the 7th of April. Then we come out here with a conclusion. If we run here, we're talking about, so yesterday we had the 7th of April. Now on the 8th coming out, the MOC, the Manufacturer Oversight Committee, then comes out with their results on the Deeper Network team, their security breach hearing. Okay, they heard the evidence and the testimonies from Deeper Network. Based on the evidence presented and the testimonies given during the hearing, the MOC, the Oversight Committee, unanimously voted. And from what I understand, it didn't take long either to come to the decision whether intentionally involved or non-intentionally involved, because Deeper saying they were not intentionally involved. However, here's the bottom. The fact is they're responsible for the gaming of the Deeper hotspots and the damage done to the Helium network. Let's go take a look at this. This is a little bit of the actual hearing. You can go put a link below. You can listen to the hearing yourself. Here's a summary. Deeper hotspots exhibit highly anomalous behavior that provides little utility to the Helium network. Deeper do not transfer their data to end user device. I'll show you a little more data on that in a second here. Deepers only witness other Deepers, so it looks like it's gaming. This activity is is consistent with patterns of institutional gaming. The Helium community has demonstrated its distrust of this manufacturer by banning virtually all of the active hotspots by the Deeper network. So now that's not a hotspot. That's just the original little Deeper DPN. But we got the hotspot with the DPN, which we purchased 2 of to experiment with, which we are now in the process of asking for a refund because there is a result or actually a resolution that came down that causes me to feel that, like Planet Watch, you're going to lose your money, like with the Awares and Planet Watch. Now, that's just our decision. You can do what you want to do with it. So let's take a look at some of the things that Deeper was accused of by the Hearing Oversight Committee. We read some. We can see here that the Deepers only witness other Deeper devices at a 99.97% rate, almost 100%. You can see here is the same maker witnesses receipts per hotspot. You can see then where we rate in here as far as the same maker witnessing itself versus witnessing other types of manufacturer type of hotspots. And get the words out. I'm trying to get back in English or in Spanish. So Deeper ranks high. Hummingbird does too. Don't know what the issue is there, but Deeper ranks high here. Let's look at now the Deepers don't transfer the data. And this is one of the main issues. Deepers, if you look here, they are not transferring hardly any data whatsoever. So they're only witnessing without transferring data. So therefore, they're gaming the Helium network. Now, how much money did they take from Helium just since the 1st of April? Well, they took around 76,484 Helium, which if you calculate at today's price, what are we at here? Let's jump back in here. With today's price, are about a little over $20. Let's just say $20. You're about $1.5 million in Helium that was apparently stolen from the network. In other words, from us as Helium miners through the Deeper manufacturers. They say, because I'm going to give them an honest shot. We're going to go in here. Others haven't done this yet. We're going to go to Deeper now and let them defend themselves and what they wrote and what they posted after the hearing on the 10th, a few days ago. So there is about $1.5 million that has been lost from the Helium community for gaming. Now look, here's where Deeper responds. So I'm going to kind of run through this. I know some people say, well, you can read it yourself. But you know what? A lot of people don't have time to read. I know myself. I like to put my earphones on, my earplugs in, or my earphones to be more secure because I already lost my hearing on one ear from earplugs. And so when I'm working, I like to listen to what's going on. So we're going to kind of go through this with you. I think there's a people out there. I know you're capable of reading yourself. But for those of you that are in a hurry, and that's who we're trying to get, help to teach, is people want to listen and do things at the same time. We're very busy. So I'm just going to read through this with you, and we'll call it a day. Look, Deeper Network's official announcement regarding Helium's Oversight Committee hearing decision. It is with regret to inform the Deeper Network community that Deeper Network's Helium maker key, so their key, has been indefinitely suspended. And that's where the alert comes in as far as those of you who bought the Deeper HNT miners. We bought ours. We just bought 2 to experiment with. Remember, we bought a bunch of these. We're trying to mine with, and Deeper really changed things later. I lost my trust with Deeper months ago, so I'm not surprised actually to hear this now. Now, I'm not saying it was Deeper's fault because they're saying it's a manufacturer's fault, but I have not had a good experience with Deeper at this point and don't have the utmost confidence in Deeper, nor do I have it in Planet Watch. 2 separate subjects. Another video on Planet Watch we're going to do tomorrow, where we're going to go visit the actual poor people that actually bought into to Planet Watch because of us and show you their homes. But that's another subject. I want to get off on that. I digress. Let's come back here now. So their key is indefinitely suspended. Although they don't agree with the decision, we're glad to have had the opportunity, they say, to share their side of the story, in which basically in their side of the story, they're claiming that it was a manufacturer and they had nothing to do with it. Now, also others that I listened to talking about this, I didn't listen to the whole hearing, but there is also evidence that the Deeper people, the Deeper heads of same, based on thinking Spanish here, but that those in charge of Deeper, Eric Ma, etc., demonstrated that they really don't understand how HNT functions. And that that I feel, and from my understanding, was actually kind of went against them as well. Now, that could also show that they were innocent because they don't know how it works. But then again, they could just collaborate because what Deeper considered was they were partners with this manufacturer. So they could just say, hey, you guys know how to do it. You manufacture it, and we'll game this. I'm not saying they did that at all. However, it is a fact that it happened. So this is another bad mark for Deeper and another reason why I've distanced ourselves from Deeper months ago. Look, let's go on here. The initial idea of becoming a third-party manufacturer of Helium was to demonstrate the Deeper network technology has hardware expansion capabilities. All right, so they wanted to go and show that, and they want to stay on expanding their Web3 ecosystems. During the early phase of the HNT-miner development, an early agreement was struck with an international distributor. Here they're going to go blame the distributor now, which could be their fault. It may not be. Where the first batch of products were to be shipped. Unfortunately, this distributor sold the HNT miners in China to mining farms. Now, you see, China still is mining crypto. So when you hear there's a ban on crypto in China, please stop buying into all these lies. It's not true. You can still mine there. Just go on and look up even Helium. You can still see that. So they go in and they say, well, they took them and they started farming them. And that is a problem we have with China. They do have that advantage, and they do that lack of ethics because of their upbringing. And not to say all Chinese this way, but in China in general, that's a problem with the world today. They don't, their morals and ethics, or ethics and values should say, are not, values are always there, but ethics are not generally found in China under the communist regime. Now, there are good Chinese people that are very ethical. I know. I studied the Chinese art and the martial arts. So this they're saying they were in active gaming the Helium network. Once the spoofing was discovered, the distributor was contacted by Deeper. When the spoofing infractions weren't corrected, the Deeper network terminated the agreement with the distributor immediately. A hearing was held with the Oversight Committee with Helium on April 7th, which a few days ago, 2022, and shortly after, very shortly after, a decision was made to suspend the Deeper network, their onboarding key, for a minimum of 1 year. Now, there is more to that than this, okay? So if we go back and see what the actual results were, we go down here and we can say, the Oversight Committee, okay, has ruled to suspend Deeper's maker key. In other words, they won't be able to mine HNT for a minimum of 1 year. That's true, but what Deeper's not telling you is this: with no further guarantee of readmission in the future. So, what's that mean? They're suspended right now, but there's no guarantee if you bought an HNT hotspot that is Deeper's, that it will ever be able to sink into the system and be able to mine HNT. Now, could possibly 1 year, but I see the Helium's coming down harder than gaming, and I'm glad to see that. You know, this is not the first time. We've had others also suspended from Helium network, and they're coming down on this gaming. It's sad, though, that that we really have come to that we come to a society where it's so often. I mean, I had our experience with Party Labs, our experience with CalChip Connect, our experience with Deeper that was bad, our horrible experience of losing almost 30 grand with Planet Watch. You know, this is just horrible that it's just so prevalent. You know, it's not just in crypto, though. It's in anything you do digital. And that's the problem with digital. So that would be an argument, I guess, for the fiat defenders, or at least a currency type defender, because fiat is something more under a centralized control, right? Look, the bottom line is we as a community need to regulate these things. And we see that Helium is doing that. And I applaud Helium for that. I truly do. They take this committee, they actually to hearing, they actually try it, they hear, you know, the other side, and then they come up with a decision. Now, it could be that Helium's able to persuade them to come back on board later, and it may not be, but you're going to be at least a year from now, if not longer, before you're going to be able to put your Helium device to work. The Helium said they're going to go to bat for their community, that they're innocent, that it was the manufacturer's fault. And they're going to go to bat for those who already ordered their devices, and they're going to try to see if they'll onboard them with Helium. But Helium already came out and said that your maker key is gone. So in other words, anything you have, your devices, how are they going to be able to distinguish between, okay, what we have now and what we don't have is going to be very difficult to do. So I doubt that's going to happen. Could. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think that's just Deeper trying to save their token value. And again, Deeper actually in some hot water. We're not pro on Deeper here, DeFi IoT, because they have not been very upfront and honest. They say things and then they change their mind and do things. They're very centralized, not decentralized. And so anyway, that's what happened with PlanetWatch. I mean, with PlanetWatch. I'm stuck on PlanetWatch. I stand up PlanetWatch in the brain after taking a $30,000 hit from PlanetWatch. Sorry. That's what happened with Deeper recently, the last few days, with their HNT miner. So don't buy anymore right now. I wouldn't. My suggestion, you do what you want to do. It's not financial advice. We had two we bought just to experiment with, and we are in the process of trying to cancel that order. Let's see if they let us cancel that order, though. That was what I want to see. Anyway, DeFi IoT, if you like the channel, please subscribe to us and hit the bell. Give us a thumbs up. Glad to be back in the studios again. And then we're back to working towards our mining farms. We're stoked. I still love GPU mining. Talk to you tomorrow. We hope you enjoyed this segment of our video with DeFi IoT. Remember, we're not professional advisors. We do this as a business, as a hobby, and we study, we experiment, and we want to share it with you. If you can get some benefit from this, great. What we do is we go out, we purchase with our own money, and we experiment to see what true results are. We want you to be able to share in our experiences so you don't have to lose like we have. If you can win where we've won, fantastic. Remember to do your own research and your own homework. It's very important before you make any decisions. We will see you in our next video.